Unfortunately, these trends aren't that surprising, for teaching really isn't the highest paying job by any means. So, why would adults want to deal with chaotic, troublesome, and resilient teens in order to teach already difficult subjects like math, science, or special education? What bigger honor is there than to help construct the intelligent minds of the future or to pass on knowledge to a younger child? What bigger honor is there than to help construct the intelligent minds of the future or to pass on knowledge to a younger child? I think of it like this: the teachers are the planters and the students are the seeds. Teachers nurture and feed the plants with subjects, concepts, logic, problem solving, and much more to grow and become a completely new creature from that little seed it was. I don't know any other feeling that compares to passing knowledge on. However, I didn't always think that way. I mean, we were always taught to recognize teachers, respect their work, and admire them as role models. There was never a true appreciation or value for them. Schools in my town celebrated Teacher Appreciation Day with fun classroom parties, school assemblies, and most students would give a little something to their teachers. But I never fully understood how much teachers put up with, helped students, and made a difference until I was put in that same position. In sophomore year, I was at a family party explaining my love for math and my struggle for what exactly to do with that passion when one of my mom's friends asked me for a simple favor. He asked if I could help his 4th grade son in math for $50 an hour, once a week, every week. Of course, at that age, I jumped at anything with a $50 reward. But the experience turned into much more than just bills. In the first session, it was clear he really struggled with simple concepts, never mind math as a whole. When we first started with his fraction work, I could see he had no real understanding of fractions themselves, never mind adding and subtracting them. I then tried to reteach him fractions by drawing charts, filling in the spaces, similar things his teacher had probably done. From there, it seemed like he was still slightly confused. So, the next week I brought in Crazy Bones, which he had explained were his favorite. I then explained fractions by saying, how many of these crazy balloons are blue? How many are the total? How many out of them are blue? I could see that the wheels were turning in his head. Once he had a better understanding of fractions, it was then easier to help him understand common denominators and adding and subtracting fractions. At the end of the session, he said something I will never forget. Christina, you explained all of this 10 times better than my teacher. I've never understood math this well. I've never understood math this well. From there, I knew with my passion for math and my love for this feeling of passing knowledge and helping kids understand things, I knew exactly what I needed to do. I knew exactly that I am supposed to be the person in front of that classroom teaching 22 kids math skills, and skills they can use for the future. Then, in junior year, my teacher, Miss Serafino for calculus, became my role model. She was the teacher that I wanted to be exactly like when I'm in a classroom. The reason why she was so different from others was that she really connected to each and one of every student, which is hard to do in a math classroom because it's not like writing where you write a paragraph and it's personal and the teacher learns who you are. Math is all about numbers, getting it right, and that's really about it. But she made a point for 10 minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes of each class, to ask how we were, what our news was for the week, what we were doing, if there was any sports games we were going to watch, just to make sure that she got to know us. And I really think that made a difference because it made students more susceptible to come up to her, ask her questions, to stay after class, to feel comfortable talking to her about their confusion. Another reason I really looked up to her was because she never moved on without knowing that everybody understood each little key concept. She would stop and say, does everybody understand this? And would actually give time for the students to raise their hands, say they don't understand it, or for her to observe faces that didn't look like they understood it, which was really important in such high subjects like calculus. These types of things made it really seem like she cared about the students and she cared about them understanding what went on in the classroom. By the end of my high school career, I not only knew that I wanted to teach math to middle schoolers or high schoolers, but I also determined where exactly I wanted to teach those skills. Having grown up in Ridgewood, I grew up around very wealthy people, very luxurious area with very good schooling. But Patterson, which is not so great and is considered low income and is a very different demographic than Ridgewood, I also know the difference between high education and a lower education, even though they're both public school systems. So having seen both sides, because Patterson is quite literally 10 minutes away from me, I understood the large gap between public schooling in high income areas and quite low income areas. From there, I realized how privileged I was to have gone through and experienced the better part of public education. But I also was aware that there is a part of public education that is not as good, in which cases teachers don't really care if the students learn or not because they don't think that they're going anywhere anyways. So having known that, I decided that it's my job to give back and to help these students who usually have teachers that really don't care what goes on and really make a difference in their lives. For me, one of the biggest things that I look forward to in being a teacher is sharing my love for math and sharing my excitement for teaching math and sharing just how much I know about math, and hopefully that I can inspire kids to love it, or at the least get them to understand math in ways that my teachers helped me understand math. But what I'm most excited about, for sure, and what my biggest goal is as a teacher, is to go into an area like Patterson or Jersey City or any area with that kind of demographic and go in there and really make a change in just one child's life. If I can go to Patterson or Jersey City or any low-income area and I can help one student realize that good work ethic, doing your homework, studying hard, getting good grades, and getting to college and then doing something else with their life can better their future. And I can help them realize all of that and help them perform all of that by just caring about them in the classroom and helping them in the classroom and really looking out for them. If I can do all that and make a change in their life and in their future, then my whole entire job as a teacher and all of my goals will be fulfilled. If I can just change one life.
If I can just change one